get it started off. I'm Vu. I'm the founder of GoldMint. Um, I'm a big fan of algo stables, even though we're in a difficult market. I've been following these types of protocols for a little while now. I've been otherwise involved in DeFi really for a couple years. I mean, I know a lot of people think DeFi's only been around for a little bit, but really since the start of DAOs, um, I've kind of dabbled in being involved in a few different ways and had a lot of good experiences in blockchain. And over the years, those different experiences kind of led to some different thoughts about some things that worked and some things that didn't with other protocols. And a lot of that is kind of what led me here, how I got to this point running GoldMint, and we're having a pretty good time over here, and I'm enjoying doing it.
Say hi, everybody. I'm Doc. I think I probably know most of you, but my background, one of the co-founders with Vu. I have long history of not only being in crypto, I would say, but also precious metals as well. And I had a really sort of a natural draw from that standpoint. I also lead a group of our angel investors. And I think most importantly, with regard to GoldMint, I help manage and run our DAO war chest.
Hey, uh, I'm Zeph. Uh, I play a lot of roles, but I'm basically the community manager for GoldMint, and you've probably seen me before, so I won't be long for very long. And happy to be here.
Uh, I am Crip Zom, and yeah, I help Goldmint out as much as I can with the progression and innovation of the protocol. We're constantly building and innovating behind the scenes, as a lot of people probably know. But we got a lot of big things rolling out, and so I just try to help facilitate as much as I can, and I'm kind of in the operations part of it. It's Monkey. He kind of heads the whole thing. He'll introduce himself, but yeah, we kind of work together with um, as a team to get everything rolling.
Yeah, I'm Monkey, and I'm the head of operations, and yeah, I do a lot of stuff. It's hard to explain, but yeah, let's keep it going.
Right on. That's maybe the understatement of the century. It takes a lot to run a protocol, and we do a lot of things like Cryptsom said behind the scenes, and we'll talk about a little bit of that today as well. Just starting off with the basics. I think everybody here probably knows the deal, but we are recorded. We're on YouTube. Some people follow up later. So we are GoldMint Finance. We are an algo stable on Ethereum. That means we have a peg price that we seek to achieve, and our protocol uses elastic supply mechanisms to achieve that price. The price that we seek to achieve is the price of PAX-G. It's an awesome token on the Ethereum network that is backed one to one with an ounce of gold for each token issued. They have it in a vault in London, serial number, cataloged. It goes with each token. It's redeemable for gold if you wish to exchange it through their system. And we found that to be an awesome peg in a world where people were choosing to peg to L2 tokens that were suffering, other algo stables that had flaws and fluctuations in their price. We saw a real need and a real demand to have a quality peg like PAX-G, and then to kind of hold that price in DeFi. And we're going to tell you why we think we can do some cool things uh, with that peg now that we are getting closer and closer to holding and maintaining it. We have a really innovative bond program and burn mechanisms for anyone who's not already in the ecosystem. We'll talk a little bit about Olympus. We have Olympus Pro. You can get discounted bonds right now on our website under the Olympus tab. I think they're in the range of like 30% discount or something like that. And they can be used in our node program. So you can just go right around and turn those bonds into, not only do you get the 30% ROI on your investment in the Olympus ecosystem, but you can just go right around and flip those for another 44% return on investment through the node. So it's just an awesome way to get in. If you're not involved yet and you're looking to get in at a discount, you can take advantage of that opportunity. We do a lot of things with the bonds. A lot of other tomb forks, algo stables don't embrace and use their bond mechanisms properly. We try to do a lot of cool stuff with that to help reward our participants that help the ecosystem by buying and utilizing those bonds. Our share token is the primary reward token in our ecosystem, and it is part of what we use to build the DAO and then to eventually be replaced by the DAO. For anyone who doesn't know, share tokens in any sort of algo stable tomb fork ecosystem are on a timeline. There's a limited number of them, and they only print for a certain amount of time. The standard duration's 1 year. Ours are for 2 years. There's a reason for that. It gives us time to build out this ecosystem and utilize our DAO to acquire additional PAX G and additional yield-bearing assets to kind of be able to issue something back to the community that's more a dividend style token that we can use in the reward in the future. And we don't want to lose sight of that. We talk so much about our current innovations. A big part of this ecosystem, and we're going to let Doc jump in on what he does with the DAO here shortly, but is enabling this DAO to start a war chest that holds a substantial amount of synthetic gold tokens on the blockchain. We want to have the most gold on the blockchain, and we have some cool ideas of what we can do with it. So that's who we are and what our ecosystem is. Just to jump into Crypsom, had mentioned that we're doing a lot with the innovation. I touched on this right there with Olympus, but it is good to remember that I don't think there's any other algo stable that is currently partnered with Olympus. And there's definitely none that are doing it with their bond tokens. So we have a really cool ability to utilize their innovations in bonds. They're probably the most innovative bonding protocol on the market in DeFi. I'd argue without a doubt, even in my opinion. And we're going to try to utilize some of those mechanisms to even further increase our bonds. We're not just going to use them with nodes. We're not just going to have the farming pools. We're going to embrace things like Olympus, and we're going to look for other things we can do in the future to kind of round out the ecosystem. So each one of those tokens has the appeal. And as we start to bring this whole ecosystem together, and we'll talk about not only our current innovation, but some of the stuff that we're working on that's coming up, that's how we get to a point where we can hold and maintain peg. And when we're at a point where we can hold and maintain peg, that's when the share tokens, the reward tokens in the ecosystem, kind of go parabolic, as we see with these other tokens and with our own ecosystem as well. When you're not printing, no one's interested in the share of the reward tokens. When you're getting close to printing, or you are printing, people get hyped about them quickly and they want to participate in those rewards. So we're going to round out the ecosystem, and we're going to bring some additional value there. Like I said, those are a limited supply, and they are the only way to print GoldMint. So as we get this thing printing on a more regular basis, if you want to be one of the people who gets GoldMint tokens, start stocking up on those shares. On the same line with innovation, our nodes, I think a lot of the people that I see in the audience may even participate in our nodes currently, but those who don't, it's a cut and dry, clear choice for a really great way to participate in GoldMint. It helps us. It lets us see that you're committed to our ecosystem, that you're not just here this week or next week, but you're willing to do a 90-day hold of your tokens in the ecosystem. And for doing that, we return an outsized reward. So there's a great way to earn GoldMint right now, even when we're not printing, by putting your bond GoldMint or your GoldMint into the nodes ecosystem, and that has great ROI. Like I said, I think it's about 44% in 90 days. So it's just it's really awesome return, especially for a protocol as stable as ours. We can probably move to our long-term roadmap now. That's one thing I don't talk about a lot in the AMAs, and it's something that we battle as founders and the operations team here is, as we work on things on the back end, what should we discuss that isn't out yet but is coming out soon? So you guys know that we've been working on Olympus and the nodes and rounding out that ecosystem. So kind of what comes next? What's next over here at GoldMint Finance? So I can tell you that one thing that we're working on is adding to the nodes. So we have nodes right now for GoldMint and Bond GoldMint. um, there's a missing element there. What about the GoldMint shares? So we want to bring GoldMint share nodes into our ecosystem as well. But our plan is not just to drop the exact same system, the exact same code as the Bond, GoldMint, and the GoldMint nodes with the exact same APR. We want to do something different. So we're looking at some ways to work in gamification to the share nodes to actually make them a little bit fun to participate into. We can all argue that earning great yield in DeFi in a healthy protocol is fun, but there are other ways to have fun. And I've seen some other cool node systems out there. I take some inspiration from the folks over at Horde. They have some fun gamification with their nodes. Even Great Finance has a little bit of a gamify element with that. So we're going to try to find a way to work some fun into it. So that's something that we're working on the back end, is those share nodes that can have some games and some fun incorporated. Um, Remember that part of our initial round of nodes is contributing a little bit of GoldMint to an NFT series. So we are getting close. We have the artwork finished. I believe we might be sharing a sneak peek of some of it pretty soon with you guys here. But we have some artwork finished and we have some strategy and some mathematics behind them. And we're getting pretty close to being able to roll out a series of NFTs. So we've talked to the developers, and we are going to be able to do it the way we want it. So some of you may have heard, most of you probably haven't. But what I've wanted to do with our NFTs from the start is have releases that are small, under 100 NFTs at a time. And they are all going to be the same price. They are going to be wrapped. You are not going to know what the image is when you buy it. And that also goes with a rarity level, what the rarity level is when you buy it. And each one of those is going to have a different amount of GoldMint attached. So it's going to be kind of a fun game. The NFTs are going to have a use case, and I can tell you that may tie into the share nodes. I'm pretty certain it will. So the NFTs are going to have some use case, a way to use them in the ecosystem. So if you buy an NFT for 0.4 GoldMint and the amount of GoldMint inside the NFT is 0.3 GoldMint, did you lose? No. You got a really cool limited edition NFT that is not one of 10,000 or something like that. And it's going to instantly have rewards for some aspect of our ecosystem. We're looking at the share node. So that use case is going to be important. If you do want to claim those GoldMint and then put that NFT back on the market, we're going to be on OpenSea. So there's going to be no limits with being able to resell the NFTs you acquire or being forced to kind of like go through some sort of closed ecosystem or limited market. So we're on Ethereum. We want to take advantage of the ability to partner, not just with people like Olympus, but do things on OpenSea and use some of these other big platforms and big names out there. So those NFTs are going to be cool. They're going to have a use case in their ecosystem that's going to bring them value, and they're going to have GoldMint stuffed inside them. And there's a dang good chance that you're not going to end up with one that has a little bit less GoldMint than what you purchased, but you might end up with one of our more rare NFTs. And those are going to be stocked heavily with GoldMint. So you could see quite a good return right off the bat before the use case, the increased APR. We're looking at in our nodes, having one of these NFTs may increase the APR you can get in our share nodes as part of the game. So there's going to be a lot of fun to be had there and a lot of cool things. And when we say we're releasing these soon, I don't mean a month in the future. We're looking at possibly as early as the beginning of July. So just a little bit over a week to 2 weeks away for the release of our first NFTs. So we're going to have some really cool stuff out for you. They're going to have a cool use case. They're going to be stuffed full of rewards, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that. We can talk a little bit about our partners. You guys know that we have some really cool partners in the ecosystem, but just like with the alpha, with the next releases and things like that, we can only talk about so much of what's coming up next. But we're still doing things with Great Finance. We take a lot of inspiration from them. They've just really shown resilience and strength. Their community and their ecosystem is a well-rounded out seniorage protocol. And we really like what they do over there. So we're looking at doing some collab NFTs with them. There's probably going to be some really cool stuff coming out with us and Grape. You guys have also heard since our last AMA that we rolled out the Liquid Capital announcement. So there are some team members at Liquid Capital that are part of the team at Grape, and there are some that are different as well. But Liquid Capital is going to be an awesome opportunity for GoldMint to do something healthy and participate in an ecosystem that is going to help it. 20%, I think, of our gains from the partnership and returns from participating in Liquid Capital are used directly to help our ecosystem in either burns, buybacks, or support for development, gas fees, whatever it might need to be. So our partnership with Liquid Capital is going to be something that I really want you guys to pay attention to and look into. What this means is that when they are not launched yet, so when they do their pre-sale, the only way to buy Liquid Capital tokens is going to be to go to one of their partner sites and purchase them at a discount. My guess is the wonderful folks in our audience here will probably come to our site as one of the partners, to get those discounted Liquid Capital tokens. They have auto rebasing and rewards mechanisms tied in to kind of just right off the bat from the moment you acquire a Liquid Capital or Liquid AR. You're going to start getting yield right away. And you get to do it in a way where you get to participate through GoldMint's. You go to GoldMint's website and you show them that you're a member of GoldMint that is making this acquisition, that's choosing to get these tokens, that's choosing to participate in Liquid Capital. And when people choose to participate through our ecosystem, a portion of each one of those sales goes directly back to us. I haven't seen anyone kind of do anything of that style, and I really like the way that they focus on not just at the beginning, but then also in the long term, doing different rotating mechanisms to support each one of the partners with burns and buybacks. So we are looking at partners that are not just cool, that are not just inspirational, but are going to directly help us do some amazing things over here and help our protocol and help us grow, help us achieve the price we want to achieve. I can tell you, Horde Nodes is also a Liquid Capital partner. I've been researching them a lot, taking a lot of inspiration from them. Some other people we've been talking to that we certainly aren't partners with. There's Wayfinder Finance. You might hear us discussing them a little bit. They help recommend strategies to their participants. They have a pre-sale coming up. So we have a lot of friends behind the scenes that are going to be doing some cool things with us. We've been talking to some DEXs. There's some folks that are real interested in having GoldMint. They would love to have our token available to their participants. And we're going to look at some ways to get ourselves out in front of some new people and in front of some new audiences. And we'll talk about that as those plans develop too. But that is the basic rundown that I have for you guys as far as what we have on the long-term roadmap that maybe isn't right in front of your face or visible now on our website. So I think there's a lot of stuff for us to get excited about coming up here.
Yes.
So we might do this in a little bit of a backwards fashion. I actually am not going to be able to stay for the whole duration of this AMA. I have to jump off in a little bit here. But just while we're on this topic, we might open up a couple minutes for some questions on some of our roadmap and upcoming development. Open up the ability to ask some questions here soon on that. And then we're also going to do an open forum a little bit. So start thinking about if you have any questions. I'm going to let Doc jump in and tell you a little bit about, what he's been doing with the DAO recently and how the Olympus bond program has been working out for us and how we're going to kind of utilize the war chest a little bit. And we'll see if you guys also have any questions coming up too.
Yeah, thanks, Vu. And your summary was fantastic. So thanks for that. And this was the one point I really wanted to comment about with regard to the DOP bond program and having the partnership with them. It's really designed to not only reward the participants and provide discounts and be able to compound those discounts, but really the proceeds are coming back to the DAO, which then is going to support the protocol, right? And this is, Vu and I had a long discussion about this the other night. We're trying to, as the DAO acquires more resources, really put those to work in the best way, in the most efficient fashion to help the protocol. That's the primary goal right now. And then over time, as we mentioned in our mission schedule is really pushed out, we're able to build that portfolio even more. So the bond program that we have set up now is just really, really, in my opinion, a unique and special way to not only reward our participants and our community members and offer uh, what I consider an insane deal at times, especially with the nodes available, but also know that if you do participate, it's going right back to the DAO, which is going to be used to do things like to make purchases and help get closer state of peg, to help set liquidity, to be able to provide sources of support for all of the developments that Boo spoke about. So I just wanted to stress the importance of it. It's something we really want to get out there because obviously we feel strongly about the partnership and how it's set up. And on that same note, I know Vu has some significant improvements coming to the UI on the
Yes, I am gonna let Monkey talk about some of the things that we're gonna do with the UI. I'm gonna be jumping off here shortly. I'm gonna let Cripsom talk a little bit too about some of our upcoming NFT partnerships. Then we'll take some good questions, and we'll definitely be doing some giveaways too. So stick around till the end. You guys know we always have something for you. We appreciate you all being here.
Yeah, 100%. So we do have we've had lots of obviously UI problems and issues throughout the entirety of being alive, I guess, and being a project. So we're currently actually in the process of upgrading the UI, working on new framework and completely overhauling everything. So me and the devs are gonna try and sit down and design some new stuff and figure out what looks good and bring some good looking UI and hopefully have the reporting be a lot faster and a lot more cost effective for us, because previously we were like right now we're paying kind of a stupid amount and the data isn't reporting as fast as we need it to. So the devs are gonna help fix that, and yeah, that's gonna be awesome. So hopefully, I don't know, I don't have an exact time frame, but I think maybe within 2 weeks or so. That's kind of one of the other pushes for development, is just fixing some of the issues and then just making it look good. So yeah, hopefully we should see that very soon. Sorry for all the nitty gritty things, and people are asking a little bit about um, the Olympus UI, and that one was just extremely tough for the devs because usually Olympus will host the contract for us and all the UI on their website, and it's real easy. Doesn't have to do much for us. But this time, because of the way the bond token works, they weren't sure exactly how their participants would see it. So they said we can host it on our website, see how it goes for a bit, and if they get good feedback, then we can use like the bond token in a liquid asset on their website, and our other tokens in the future. But yeah, it's become quite the venture. It's a lot more difficult than it looks and what it seems to be. It's really not that easy. So, but now with the new UI and working it over again, and with the new framework, it'll be a lot easier to build on top of and add these new things. So hopefully we should see a rollover and everything in that within the next 2 weeks or so, maybe more. And yeah, we can let Cripzom come in and touch a little bit about the other little bit of NFT stuff that we've been working on and kind of designing, I guess, if he wants to come in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I haven't really talked a whole lot about what I'm going to talk about today. So whoever's in here, kind of be the first ones to hear about it, really in the most depth that I can tell you, because I don't have every detail worked out, but we're working on it. I pretty much have the complete graphics done for our great NFT collaboration that I've been working on with LB. So yeah, we're gonna work on. It's gonna be similar to how we did the El Taco finance collaboration, where the NFTs will uh, be eligible for airdrops uh, from both protocols. And I got to talk to LB about how we're going to do that with Great, but um, we have some pretty neat ideas with this NFT. The graphics on it are just crazy cool. So I can't tell you guys or show you guys, but it is coming. Uh, I'm hoping to have kind of more of an idea of when these are going to be coming out by the end of the week. So I'll kind of keep everybody in the loop on that. I just have to talk. Me and LB are working out some details on some of the more complicating things that come with it. So yeah, so that's what's coming out. It's going to be a very limited run of NFTs. I'll give you guys a number when I know more about it as well. But it's going to be I wouldn't think more than 100 NFTs. So it's going to be pretty short run. They're going to be really hot, and I encourage everybody to kind of keep your eyes out for that too. And we'll let you know too in the next. I would imagine going to be ready before the next AMA. It'll be close, but yeah. So that's that. We did do the AMA or yeah, the kind of I guess it was like a get together with the P3 launch on El Taco Finance, and we now have, I believe it's 5 total, right, Monkey? I think 5 NFTs with the
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up too because we totally kind of forgot about that happened. Yeah, they revealed, I think, the 5 GoldMint El Taco NFTs, and they're pretty sick. They are awesome. So I'm super stoked that they're out there, and I think the Dow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Dow holds one. I'm pretty sure LHB, like Lame Hillbilly, he won one. He won an NFT from one of the giveaways during that little hangout session that we had, and that was pretty awesome. I think he might have given that away, or he was planning to give it away to his community. So I thought that was really sweet too.
Yeah, and he grabbed the nicest one too. That sucker.
Yeah, I know, right? they're really cool looking. They got some awesome ones. I'm really happy with what they designed for us. And if you guys like the taco, guys, then definitely go try and pick up a GoldMint ETF because that's going to be really cool and pretty beneficial for both, I guess, AVAX and Ethereum. It's that's another thing too is that there's only 5 of them. We're really only going to be releasing pretty limited stuff. We don't want it to be super accessible. I guess we want to have kind of more rarity, more value, and bring more uniqueness and fun things. So yeah, we'll probably have definitely a decent amount of different drops or different collabs, but there won't be again a lot of them to acquire. So hopefully their value will be really worth it with the utility that they'll have.
Yeah, and I mean, guys, we're working on some really big stuff in the background. I mean, we can't explain it all, and I know it's a really tough time out there right now, but we're not stopping. I mean, Doc and Vu have big visions, and we follow right in their footsteps. So you can count on that we're going to bring some really cool innovation to this protocol, and we continue to do it, and we're going to keep doing it. So we're working on some really big stuff that we can't disclose, but there's some cool stuff that you will be seeing in the near future that's going to separate us from a lot of people or a lot of protocols. So yeah, and then also I just wanted to tell everybody too, I did get all the podcast stuff ordered. So everything is on its way. I got some really expensive like Rode mics and podcaster stuff, so we should have pretty good quality. And then I have big plans for that podcast, and we're gonna have some our partners on there. I want to have all kinds of people on there, so it'll be really cool to have our own podcast for Goldman, and that's gonna start up. I believe it's gonna happen probably closer to the end of next week is when we'll start. So be looking for the announcement for that as well. And that's pretty much all I got.
Nice, yeah. I'll say on the topic of, I guess, the NFTs and the nodes, that yeah, it'll be pretty. I guess I'm trying to figure out what to say. It'll be pretty fun. It'll be pretty cool, and I think the gamification stuff that Vu talked about earlier will be really interesting and really fun, and be all gold mint themed and orientated, and probably gold mine and all the gold stuff. It'll be really cool. And then, yeah, as Krypton was saying, we do have lots of really cool things for future development. We're talking with lots of other people, and there's definitely plans to figure out ways to bring our ecosystem, not our ecosystem, but our token to another chain. And then down the line, definitely looking at, other chains and bringing maybe a different ecosystem to somewhere else to bring more exposure and have more people from the L2s to have some fun with some commodities. And
Yeah.
to answer a question for GoldMint Greg, will there be more partnerships with Olympus than just bonds? We're hoping so. Yes, we're just seeing how the bond program is going for a little bit, and then we're looking to definitely utilize our other tokens within our ecosystem because they are liquid. So it'd be a lot more beneficial, and pretty cool for the people at Ohm there as well to have, I guess, more Ethereum tokens within their OP program. So it'll be pretty fun. Does anybody else have any questions or anything you can ask away in the chat, or you can raise your hand, and we'll be
And
glad
before
to.
anybody asks, the question gets asked in every AMA, yes, Silvermint is in the works.
That's awesome, Doc.
Doc said it.
I think we do have somebody with their hand here. Just give me 1 second.
Hey, welcome.
Okay, so since Doc stole my thunder, I'm gonna just go ahead and say whose turn was it to watch me because I almost missed this. Was it Monkey?
Monkey,
Wait,
what's going on?
He
what
almost
did I?
missed this.
What did I do?
I'm sorry for stealing your thunder. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Unintended.
You know what?
Oh,
It's
I
about
see.
silver every time.
No. Silvermint's gonna be pretty good. We love the commodities. We love everything like that. We're definitely gonna be building on top of that.
So,
And,
and I can
and
give you a little more info on the silver. So, and Cripsom and I. So the two of us have really been taking a deep dive into this and exploring a lot of options. We've found a lot of eye-opening things. So I would say things are progressing and have the potential to progress rapidly once we get what we need.
awesome.
Yeah, we can't talk. I can't go into any
Right.
detail, but I can say that I had a phone call.
Hey, that's promising. That's all I need to hear.
So yeah, we're working really, really hard. That's kind of one thing that we can't really talk about, but it
Right.
is in the works, like Doc said. I'm surprised it was brought up, but it's good. Yeah, I'm super excited about it too. I mean, I personally hold gold and silver myself in real life. I mean, I have it in my safe, so I really enjoy precious metals. So we're always kind of on the hunt for, like I said, innovation. It's key in DeFi. So we realize that, and we really want to continue to push this uh, before I guess it's too late. We really want to bring it to the table and show everybody kind of what it's all about. Yeah. So
To support that too, as well, just to give PAX G another pat on the back, not like it needs it, but it's really made me at least appreciate in looking into the silver aspect of this how unique and special PAX G is, as existing there. So I think it's something to appreciate. And when you look into it even deeper, you start to realize really all the small subtleties that make it really special.
Right. And not only about the PAX G, I'm really excited about the nodes.
yes, the nodes are.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can say, yeah, like we originally wanted to kind of just get some nodes out to introduce some lock staking, and I'm glad that we didn't introduce all 3 tokens because it allows us to introduce something more unique and fun and cool for our share tokens, as well as even down the line LP nodes, because I know that's pretty popular. So hopefully we can do something cool with the liquidity cool nodes.
Well, thanks for letting me talk anyway, guys. Even though Doc stole my thunder, Monkey, you need to keep a better eye on me.
Yes, I'll do better next time. I'm sorry.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks
you
for
have a good
coming.
one.
You too.
Cool. So I did see there was one question that was missed. Is there any marketing plans to gain more exposure? Definitely, we do want to do obviously more marketing and stuff. Obviously, right now the conditions of the market hasn't been the best time, I would say, to be doing much marketing. Essentially, lots of money has left crypto overall within the last month. It's dropped like 2 trillion, so that's quite a big dip. It's been a little bit rough for a lot of people. I've seen protocols even that just dissolved because they couldn't handle the conditions and couldn't continue to build. So that was cool. That was fun to see that a lot of people are just giving up essentially. But obviously that's not happening here. We're just going to keep on pushing and trying to build through this. And then once we see some more momentum and different things, we'll start to kind of get some more marketing. But for the lighter side of marketing, we actually are working with two awesome individuals who are in the community. They've been around for like since the beginning, essentially. Rambo and Wellness. They're pretty cool. They do lots of stuff on Twitter and Twitter Spaces specifically. So we're going to see if they can help rep and give more exposure to GoldMint in that regard. So yeah, maybe you'll see some more Twitter Spaces and stuff. I think we'll see that soon. And yeah, I think that'll be pretty much that. Once the market can kind of recover itself and we can find a good scenario where we can start pumping out some marketing and really pushing our name. Even though we do have a fantastic pitch, there's still lots of fear and lots of people that are scared. And yeah, that's the most I got on that, really.
Yeah, I have a little bit to add on that too. So sorry, Crip, some, but Vu and I, there's a few things I would say behind the scenes that are really non-traditional aspects that Vu and I are pursuing that really focus more on precious metal investors and trying to access that whatever 11 $12 trillion market cap. So there are some things that are going on behind the scenes with regard to marketing that I would just call non-traditional, not on YouTube, not Twitter, but that nonetheless could be very effective in introducing GoldMint to the type of people that really we all want in our community.
Yeah, that's actually something that we do a little bit differently than most. Lots like there are obviously like VCs and ICOs and different things, but we're really trying to push the bridging the gap to bring gold and DeFi together. So that's why we want to, try and help introduce people from outside and bring them to DeFi and introduce like PaxG, show the stability of crypto and also the APRs of crypto compared to the outside world with inflation and everything. Anyway, let's let Joe's Garage up here. He's had his hand raised. Let me see if he has something he wants to say. We'll see if he hops up here.
In the meantime, too, like you guys don't be discouraged with the market conditions. I mean, given the fact that we're pegged to PaxG and stability within the protocol, you can pretty much be bullish on that. Geez, uh, definitely, definitely a good time to be in GoldMint.
100%. Welcome, Joe's Garage. What's going on?
You're muted. I wonder if he's
Joe,
having.
you're on mute, buddy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I just wanted to say, hey, you guys are great to listen to. I almost missed this myself. So if there's a list to get on, that'd be awesome. Just I'm teasing a little bit, but no, you guys are great to listen to. My question was about marketing, but you guys covered a ton while my hand was raised. So it was just my initial thought was I've been a coin collector since I was a little kid. So I've always been fascinated with coins and silver and gold. And I just didn't know if you got, from a marketing standpoint, if you thought about targeting smaller dealers, and if you get referrals from them, and they can educate their audience or their people that buy their gold from them, and then you could, potentially grow, more members that way. But no, I'm just excited to hear what you guys are going to do in marketing because I think it's a great product and a great story. And I'll shut up, and that's what I wanted to say. You guys are doing a great job.
Oh, that was awesome. You don't have to shut up. That was good. You can always keep talking.
Yeah, that was great. I'll try to answer your question a little bit on this end because again, something Boo and I have really talked about. I think your idea is great about going to potentially collectors, sellers, gold and just precious metals enthusiasts. I don't think
Yeah,
we
I'm
have.
thinking just like a YouTube video to educate them and just blast that out. Get your marketing people to blast that out. The
Yeah,
message, then they'll come to you. Then they'll come to you.
yeah, you're exactly right. I think that thought process and trying to get ourselves introduced to that group, that's exactly what we're trying to do. There's some different approaches that we're trying to take, I think, initially, just based off channels that we have ins to and that we're very comfortable with. But your thought process is exactly right. That's the market that we want to tap into. People who have interest of this and may also have interest in blockchain and cryptocurrency, right? So your comments are really well appreciated and exactly what you said. I can promise you that type of thinking's in play now.
Yeah. I'm thinking just a YouTube video to educate the dealers, and then a YouTube video on a tomb fork and how it works. So if you sell the dealers, you get them to buy in, then they can educate their customers to come in and you put a sign there where they can maybe do a QR read against it to get information on Gold Mint at their shops. And no, I think it's a great. What you guys are doing is great, and thanks for letting me talk.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
Awesome. Thank you. That was really good.
One of the things, real quick, to comment on, I don't know if most people are aware. Joe may know this, but it's not super easy right now just to go down and like buy gold coins and there's availability has been limited. Sometimes the spot price is different than what you're going to pay there for the retail price and everything. So I think it's just arguably another use case for gold mint, right? Getting access to that may not be sometimes as easily accessible in a tangible fashion as people think.
Awesome. Well, that was a great answer, Doc. You always got one of the biggest brains out here, so I always love listening to what you got to say. Um, I want to do a little giveaway, and because Joe was so great, I want to give a little. I'm gonna give away a whitelist spot and one S gold mint to Joe's garage here. Um, just open up a ticket and hashtag support tickets and send me your email address, and we'll get you hooked up. So thanks for that.
Perfect. It's awesome.
I think we have
What else
Joe's
do
garage.
we got here?
He must come back up. Let me see. Let's see if he has anything else to say. But yeah, other than that,
I'm
we're
technology challenged, guys. I'm sorry.
oh, there we are. No, that's
No,
okay.
no. Hey, you guys gave me a prize last time. I'll take the whitelist, but you can give the tokens to someone else that's deserving.
Okay. That's
Is that cool?
really, really nice.
Yeah, I know it's a little hurts a little bit because the shit's valuable. But, let someone else have a crack. Let someone else have some joy.
Yeah, for sure. No problem. We'll do that.
I will take the whitelist spot though. So, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Of course, man. Anybody else got any more questions? If you do, just feel free to come on the stage and ask any questions you have. Don't be shy. Come on up here.
Yeah, we can give a couple more minutes if anybody else wants to say anything. ask a question, do whatever, just yeah, raise your hand. Other than that, we'll probably wrap her up, and I'll give away that one S GoldMint token you didn't want.
I see Dirk Oz in here. I've been seeing him in the Discord. He's been kicking butt, just helping kind of shill it, help everybody with informative things that has to do with GoldMint, and I appreciate that. So thanks, Dirk.
Yeah, I found that up. Shout out.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, I guess I'll say GoldMint Greg. Open a ticket, send me your address, and we'll send you over the 1S GoldMint token for asking some questions in there in the chat.
Sweet.
So yeah, thank you guys.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks everybody for everything. Just be sure to make sure you tune into that podcast in probably a week and a half. It'll be fun. I got to figure out who we're gonna probably do one with the kind of maybe with the team at first, and then we'll start getting branching out and talking to some of these other partners and just kind of mix it up with it's not necessarily just like an AMA type setting. It's going to be more real life stuff and talk about questions that maybe you don't always get to ask, stuff like that, and then just yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, and thanks everybody. I don't think we get to tell everybody enough just how much we really appreciate all of you and our team, our community is really amazing. So thank you all. We really do appreciate it and think it's something special.
100%, 100%.
Awesome. Well, I think that was good. I think that's pretty good. We'll probably end her off here unless anybody else has anything else to say. Thanks everybody. We'll probably have this up on YouTube pretty soon. I'll get this up posted within like an hour or two. And yeah, if you miss anything, you can go back and check it out.
Perfect.
All right, take care, everybody.
See you guys.
All right.
Yeah,
See ya.
thanks. Bye bye.